Hi, I'm Frances Good and welcome to Good Yoga and Massage. Thank you for joining me on my YouTube channel where I focus on giving yoga, self-massage and meditation tutorials. Today I'm going to teach you through a quick shoulder and chest massage routine that you can use to release that office hunch or that sofa hunch and in general just feel a little bit more open. What's important first is that you get all hair out the way, that you removed any necklaces but also rings and bracelets as we're going to be using our hands to massage ourselves. Second thing is grabbing yourself something that you like to massage or you've put on your skin before. Today I'm using this Hot Pod massage balm that we use in the pod. Inside this there's bergamot, lavender and orange. It's really nice for the body as it's vegan, handcrafted and organic, but obviously you don't have to have a massage balm. A nice extra virgin olive oil will do the job just as nicely, or your general moisturizer that you use in your bathroom is perfect. You want to start off by taking a nice dollop of whatever it is you're using and just warming it up in your hands first. There's nothing less nice than having cold hands and cold balm touching your skin. The other thing that's important is that you're wearing something that's relatively open, okay, and that you can access all parts of the chest and the shoulders. Something you don't mind getting a bit of balm on as well. So once you've warmed this up, just start to apply it across your chest and across your shoulders, just quite generously, okay? And you can make this massage stroke just quite firm. You're not getting deep in towards it, but we do just want to start to warm up the muscles. And as you warm up the muscles, you'll continue to warm up the massage balm itself. So just apply it across both sides of the chest, nice and equally. All right. Once you've done that, we're going to start off working across the right side of the chest. So just come to rest your right arm down and try and allow that arm to be as heavy and as relaxed as possible. We don't want to be feeling it rise up. And just start off, take your left hand, you take your four tips of the fingers. So remember, not the nails, the pads really. And just start quite gently pushing the skin across. Just like you're trying to knead some bread and get the dough across your bowl. It's exactly the same idea. You're just kneading the skin across. Now in terms of how far you can go, your pec muscles, your pectoralis muscles are really big. But it's important to remember that for both men and women, at some point you hit breast tissue rather than just chest, okay? And you don't really want to massage that tissue. It can feel quite nice and some people can like it, but I'd recommend sticking to the area that you're certain is just muscle. And the second it starts to feel at all tender or at all bobbly, just move slightly further away from it. And just take these strokes a few times. It's just a generous stroke. I'm just stirring across my chest. What I'd then like you to do is take your four tips and really plant them just as low as you can go, but to the side of the chest bone. So I'm not on the chest bone, I've just come off it. I take the tips of the fingers, so this is no longer the pads, and I'm just pushing in and allowing that push in to slide me across. So I'm not pushing across. As I push in, I feel the resistance and that naturally slides me across. Now follow the arch of the tissue. So start quite low, follow over, and then start to go down and under. Don't worry about going too deep into the armpit, we'll get there later. Then move a little bit further up, tips of the fingers, follow over and across. And you can really do it on each one as much as you want to. I'm just going to do it once on each region. But if you find a region where you think, oh, do you know what, that feels really good, just do it over and over again. You want it to be effective, okay? So long as it doesn't hurt, you're being effective. Now remember, it has to be quite deep. You want to feel the muscle being pushed into. We're not just massaging the skin. It's important you get to the muscle below the skin. And once you get to the height of the collarbone, I've just about got to where my collarbone lies. My index finger is on the collarbone and my middle finger is just below it. And that's about where I do the last rung across. At this point, when you get to just where the collarbone starts to meet the shoulder and the armpit, there's a bit of a tender point there. So push the tip of your middle finger in towards it and just do slight circles. So I'm not moving across the skin, I'm moving the skin itself. So my finger stays in one place on the skin I'm not moving across it, I'm moving the skin itself. And that way you know you're massaging the muscle rather than the skin. So I'll just repeat that. You start at the sternum, exactly the same as before. Your index finger's on the collar, your middle finger's just below the collarbone. And then when you get to this tender point in the corner, just circle, okay? And you can circle at that region for as long as you want. At that region, you can keep moving a bit further down and just really massage out that tender point. We're going to come back and do the armpit more. But what I'd like to do is give your left arm a break and move on towards the left side of the chest. So start off by that sort of general kneading of the bread motion. You're just trying to spread it. Imagine you've got a pastry, it's a little bit lumpy, and you're just wanting to roll it out a little bit more. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. And once you've rolled that pastry out, or just massage the chest slightly, and don't worry if you're massaging the skin at this point, we're going to get to the muscle. You then get the pads of the four fingers, find the sternum, move just across, and then as you push down, the pushing down will naturally allow the fingers to slide across, yeah? So push down and slide. Move a little bit further up, push down and slide. So remember, you want it to be effective. We're not massaging the skin, we're massaging the muscle. So it wants to feel strong, not like someone's poking you. There's a difference between someone taking you and constantly poking you and someone just leaning in towards you. So we're doing the leaning motion rather than stopping and just poking, okay? So lean in towards, allow it to be heavy rather than sharp. And I'm just going to do it once on each region, but you can pause and do it the same lots more times. Once you get the index finger to the collarbone and the middle finger underneath, that's probably about as high as I would go. You'll get to a knobbly part. That's where you find the front of the top of the arm. And then there's that tender spot. And in that tender spot, oh, it's really lumpy on this side for me, massage. Now, I've just found a knot, okay? And the way you find it's a knot rather than just, there's lots of different textures of muscle you can find, okay? You can find stringy muscles, and that feels like you're twanging a guitar chord. If you've got a stringy muscle, you just want to move up and down on the stringy muscle. So say this was stringy, I just move up and down on it. You don't want to twang across it, that gets painful. But you can also get knots. And the way to find a knot is it feels like a little pea. It just feels like a really small pea. You might get a big one, but it's usually a really small pea. And you may not be able to feel it very much, but when you get used to finding them, you'll find them. So the way to deal with a knot is to take your strongest finger, reinforce it with your thumb, yeah? And you just push down in towards it. And I'm going to push for 7 seconds, okay? So you push really hard and you push for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release and then just start circling, okay? So what you've done by compressing it is you've basically starved it of oxygen, and then when you release, the oxygen floods back through the blood system and you need to basically encourage it to get back in. And you can do that twice more. So I'll do it twice more in this region, but if you know you've got that little P somewhere else, do it there. So we're just going to push down for 7, 6, 5, 4. You can go quite hard. 3, 2, 1, and then flood the body back, the oxygen back. Last time, okay? Push, 7, 6, right on top of it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then you start to find that release, okay? And it won't necessarily be in the same region for everyone, and you may not have a knot in your chest, you might find a knot in your upper back, and you can do that too, okay? All right. So now what I'd like to do is just take both hands, pads of both hands, and just draw across quite firmly, not super slowly, but I'm also not going 1, 2, 3, okay? Just pulling over, average speed, and just continue to release through your pec muscles. All right, let's swap back and move back towards the right side. So what I'd like to do is create a cup in your left hand, use your thumb and your middle and your fingers, and hook underneath your armpit. And here, there's this big fleshy muscle, okay? Big fleshy muscle. And that's the front of your pectoralis muscle, okay? And what I want you to do is hook onto it, really hold onto it, almost like a pinch, but I'm not pinching it, I'm just holding it securely. And then just start to move your arm up and down like a rag doll, just up and down. Once you've lifted it up, hold it up, and then just start to pull it backwards and pull back forward. And as you pull the arm backwards, my left hand pulls down, okay? So my right arm pulls back and my left arm pulls down, okay? So right arm pulls back and left arm pulls down. And what I'm doing is I'm stretching the muscle, your pec, my pec, and I'm massaging it, okay? So I'm stretching it and I'm massaging it. And you just want to feel that motion a few times. And you can do it in the same spot over and over again. I find this incredibly satisfying. Don't start moving 1, 2, 3. I think I was actually going a bit too fast then. Slow it down. I have a tendency to speed up. Slow it down. We're not in a dynamic flow class. I'm doing a bit of self-massage. Slow it down and find that spot. And then just do that a few more times as you find that release. At this point, just bring the hand towards the back of the neck, okay? And just allow the arm to be heavy. From here, take the arm to just underneath, and we're just going to start to work in towards the muscles underneath the armpit, okay? So start off with the thumb pushing in towards the armpit and just slide up. And we're not going to be massaging the shoulder blade today. We'll move into that another day. But as you do this, you can start to feel like you're getting underneath your pec muscle. You can see that I push underneath and my arm is just holding my head upright. I'm not pushing my thumb in. It's not the tip of my thumb, it's the side of my thumb. So my side of my thumb goes in and slides up, okay? So hold it. The edge of the thumb goes in and the edge of the thumb slides up. So I'm not poking, I'm not bruising myself. I'm massaging myself. Two very different things, but easily confused, okay? And you can do that a few times. All the way up. And release. Right side starting to feel really open at this point, okay? Let's cut the left side. So, fingertips and thumbs, start off down, and then you just want to bring up and down like a rag doll. That way, you just release the pec muscle enough, and you'll find basically what will happen is your grip of your pec muscle becomes stronger. If this is the first time you're doing that, grabbing that muscle is going to feel really tender. So don't worry if you can only just hold on to it. But this is a nice way to just get used to it. Right, once you've got used to it, hold up. And then what happens is I hold from the top, my left arm pulls back and my right arm pulls down slightly. Oh, my left side is really much tighter. Where that knot was, as I pull back, I can really feel almost like a nerve release, okay? So you hook, left arm pulls back and right arm pulls down. Now, if you have one side that's more tender than the other, go with less strength, but do it for a bit longer, okay? You want to build the heat in towards the area, and the more heat there is, the happier it's going to be. And the way to know that you're becoming effective is that the region should go red. It should go red because that means you're bringing blood towards the area, okay, and that helps circulation. It should feel warmer. That's another way to know you're being effective. And you should feel like you're able to go deeper, okay? So your right hand should feel like it can work harder, but your left arm isn't feeling it so much, yeah? And that's the way you know you're being effective, okay? And once you've become effective, once it's become warm, red, you feel like the right hand can work a little bit harder and the left arm doesn't feel it as much, then you know you've done enough. You don't need to keep working it any harder. So I'm going to hook the back of my head. Remember, it's a soft part of my thumb, it's the edge, goes in and it pushes up, okay? So hold on to the back, hold on to your armpit. So this is where my left hand is. And I just push in and slide up, okay? Push in and slide up. You know that Heimlich maneuver you can do when someone's choking, it goes in and up, that's that motion, it's in and up. And actually now that I've massaged the front of the pec really thoroughly, actually this feels fine now. So I was thinking this might feel really tender as I get underneath the pec muscle. But actually I think because I've massaged it out, it feels okay. So that's another way to know you're being effective, is that the second strokes, although they're firmer, feel a bit more manageable, all right? And then just allow that release a little bit more. Release both arms down. Find out how you feel for a moment. How does the chest feel? And then simply bring those warm strokes back, and like you're swimming across the chest. So swim in one side and over, next side and over. And we're ending with a similar stroke that we began with, just to send a really even spread of blood flow back towards that region. And release. So I hope you're feeling a lot more open. Maybe you're ready to start doing some form of yoga, back bend, or maybe you're just done with the end of your day and you're feeling less like this and more like this. Please remember I have a really long neck massage video, and it works all the way in towards the side of the neck, underneath to the top of the collarbone. And coming next, we'll do the shoulders and the shoulder blades. And before you know it, you'll have a full upper body massage for you to do at home. As ever, guys, please do like and subscribe to my channel. Pop any comments below, any feedback, anything you'd like me to work on, and have a really lovely rest of your day. Thank you.